So I thought I would start off by saying the title of this series is going to be Life in Pine Canyon, because the road that I live on is named Pine Canyon. This is the view coming off of the gravel road Pine Canyon and coming down my driveway. Some little trees here. This is the south edge of my property line. And over here we have my little cabin. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, just kind of small, but just enough for me, and pretty great. It's only about 15 years old and everything's new and in great working condition. There's a few cosmetic things I need to do, but we'll get to that at some point. I'll have to pick things up because I've been gone for a few days, so I haven't quite got the house in shape to do a video yet. But the cabin sits here over in the corner of the property, and it's built into a hillside. It's kind of a split level type A-frame. There's a deck and a hot tub, we'll get to that, but I have not quite 8 acres of property here, enough to do a little bit with, so I just thought it'd be an adventure to see what all we're gonna do with this place. So I wanted to start by saying that we put some fence in last week. I've got a cow, as most of you realize. She's not here right now, but we needed to do a little fencing project to be able to keep her out of certain places of the property. So this is the start of it. We haven't gotten very far yet because I ran out of wire. There's the back side of the house. There's a deck and a hot tub, and we'll do a better video tour of the house one of these days. But I fenced off this part to keep Minnie out of the hot tub and out of just the general house vicinity. Going down over here, we've got a little bit of a garden. This is going to be an adventure in and of itself because I've never had a garden, don't have any idea what I'm doing, and we've had quite the wet winter, so we haven't really gotten things up and going much yet. Pause while I climb over the fence. Just last week we got a snowstorm again and got about 6 inches of snow. So I had this lovely little tree come down, and this is the first day that I've been home, so I haven't really had a chance to do anything with it, but that's the project for this coming week, is to get all of this cleared up. But here's the garden. And I'm still learning what goes into the various beds and what was planted here before. So this is going to be cucumbers because the vines can crawl up these little things that they've put in here. We're going to do tomatoes and peppers. This one needs the bed replaced, so that'll be another project. We've got 2 more here. There was tomatoes in the back. You can tell by the little cage areas for the vines to grow on. And today I'm going to probably play a little bit in the boxes and just kind of start getting things tilled and ready. We're not going to be planting for another about 4 weeks because we have to wait until there's absolutely no chance of frost. So this is the edge of the property line, and I'm really excited to take walks up into the canyon and just kind of see what's up there. And I'm going to put maybe a little shooting area into this little bank that's back here. Well, we're going to plant some flowers and plant a few things along the fence line, and this is one of the bigger flat garden plots. We're going to do some corn, some squash, maybe some pumpkins, just kind of, it's been an adventure. So my mom and some of my friends have had a lot of ideas about what I can plant, and it's going to take a lot of work over the next few weeks, but hopefully it's finally getting warm enough that we can do some stuff with it. As you can see, there's a bunch of dead gourds from last year. My mom was telling me that there's this neat little thing called a thunder gourd you can make, and you can put like a coil spring inside of it and use a piece of Mylar balloon, and it makes a neat little thunder sound when you tap the gourd, so that might be something we might play with later. Big old tree. Got a nice little garden shed right here. It's not really a good way to get up into it, so you just kind of got to jump, but the goal is to get like some stairs or a ramp. There's a wood burning stove inside the shed that we might use for hot chocolate, or maybe I'll put it inside the cabin one day. And here's my mess. It's gonna be fun. Luckily I've got a friend neighbor with a chainsaw that's gonna come help me deal with this mess. It's gonna be quite fun. I have a little bitty chainsaw, but it's not big enough to tackle this project. There's my outdoor mama kitty. Hi, Missy. She had some babies, and she's going to throw up, so we'll move on. She had some babies last week right before that snowstorm, and I have yet to be able to find the kittens, so that'll be an adventure. I hope they're all right. Another nice thing about this property is not only the big garden, but it's also an orchard as well. There's all kinds of various fruit-bearing trees, and as we get further into the summer and things start budding, I'll be able to tell you, but this is one. I'm not for sure what buds here, so we'll find out later. And just some more open area. All of this is stuff that the cow's not going to be able to get to, so that'll be fine. That's pretty much the only thing I'm going to have to mow. Up here we've got another couple beds, and from what I've been told, these are going to be wild strawberries. As you can see, there's some leaves and the vines are already kind of there from last year. And this one too. I'm really excited for all the fresh produce. Got a little mule here, used to drive around and haul stuff, and an old Geo Tracker that we took the body off of. It's not technically street legal because there's no glass, but it'd be fun to just kind of run around the property on. And duck under the fence. This is where the majority of the fruit trees are. Last summer there was some grapevines along some of these T-posts and growing, so that'll be interesting to see as well. I'm really kind of just overwhelmed with this whole property as a whole. This was one of the grapevines. I remember trying the grapes when I was out here looking at the property before I purchased it. But coming from the city and then moving out here, it's beautiful. You guys know that I work at a jail and I love my job. But after 3 or 4 nights, I'm just ready to be home and be by myself and be out in the country and just be where nobody can bother me. And that is one of the best things about this place. Got a little bitty tree starting here. I'm not really sure what it is yet. We'll find out. And got some plants. I love yucca plants. I know they're ugly, but there's just a certain Sandhills charm about them, so I love them. This is another part of the property fence. I've got some moles of some sort, so we're gonna have to get some poison and traps or something like that. That'll be another project. And the property just kind of moseys on up the hill over here. The people that I bought this place from, the husband was an electrician, so there's a lot of really different things that he has kind of started. They put up the footings and concrete and did the plumbing to do a shop, and never really got it finished, so that's going to be another project for the future. But hopefully I'm thinking like an equipment shop slash garage, put my car and my mower and my skid steer and all the other equipment and stuff. Not really out of breath, it's just my allergies from being outside. Because as you all know, I'm allergic to everything, so that's always fun. But I got some more pretty little property, just some walking. I can't think of what this thing's called, but I know you can pull it behind the skid steer and it kind of helps smooth out your driveway, and you can use it for big garden plots as well. So we're kind of back on the far side. And there's going to be all of this open space for Minnie, which is going to be awesome. She might be lonely, but we'll get her a friend or something in the future and see what happens. One of the goals that I'd like to have in the future is to breed miniature Highlanders, those little bitty fuzzy cows. So that's hopefully a goal that we're going to have one day. There's also some stuff laying around that kind of needs dealt with, but that's not that big of a deal. Got plans for cinder blocks to add some things to my front walkway and some more bricks, and probably going to build a bathroom shelf out of that, so everything can be used. This is one of the property lines. The neighbors that own over here run cattle, so I could always throw my cow in with them if she needs some more space. And we still have snow. It is April 22nd and we still have snow. But another one of the neat things about this place is the 2 boys that were raised here were both avid golfers. So there's actually a golf range, tee box, something up on the hill. And there's golf balls everywhere, so we'll deal with that. But this is all ground for Minnie. I'm hoping she'll eat everything and I won't have to mow very much, but that'll be an adventure. There used to be a big net here that the boys would hit their golf balls into, so this place just has so much charm, and there's so many different things that they were doing, and I'm overwhelmed by it. I don't know what to do with it, but it's just so peaceful to be able to be in the country, and I'm not scared. I could lay out here. Just lay out here. And just look at the sky. It's so pretty. So there's just so many things we could do with this place, but the goal right now is just a couple of cows and get my garden in shape and learn how to run a skid steer. For those of you that don't know, back in January we had another bad snowstorm right after I moved in, and I tried to get the skid steer out to plow my driveway, which doesn't really sound that difficult, but I've never used a skid steer before, so managed to get it buried and had to call one of the neighbors to come help me dig my driveway out, but oh well, I learned. This was the green area that the boys played golf on. Let's see, there's the post over there that they were aiming at. And there's balls everywhere, but this is gonna be all mini cow. Those of you know how much I love my precious cow. So I'm really excited to get her out here, but all of this fence line here along the gravel access road needs redone. There's only one strand of barbed wire, so that's gonna be something we're gonna do in the next couple of weeks. But anyways, I just thought everybody would like to know what's going on and see kind of my property. Like I said, I'll get the house cleaned up and we'll do a video one day where you can see the inside of my house. It's mostly set up, it's just kind of cluttered right now because I haven't been home in a few days, but I'm really excited. This has been such a journey, and I know God had a plan to put me out here because this house just came to me at the right time when I was needing something, and it was wonderful, and I've really enjoyed it so far. And there's days I don't know what to do, and there's days that I get a lot done, so it'll be an adventure just to see kind of what goes on and how much we get accomplished. The garden is so much bigger than I was expecting, so this is going to be an experiment mostly for this year. My mom's going to help, and we've got a whole list of things to be planted, so that's what I'm about to go do right now here when I sign off. I'm going to go just rake the beds and putts and play around. It's 55 degrees today, and that's about the best that we've had, and it's almost May, so it's about time to start getting something done. But I have come full circle, and I'm back at the driveway. I apologize for my huffing and puffing. I'm not used to walking up and down the hills yet, but not out of shape. We'll get there. This is just such a beautiful place, and it's going to be such an adventure to let you guys laugh at me as I learn how to do things. So, like fixing a toilet. I learned how to fix my toilet a couple weeks ago, and that was something I didn't know how to do. So I enjoy being single, and I enjoy being out here by myself and finding things to do. And you know, the right person hasn't come along yet, and maybe they will in the future, but for right now I just love being here. Love this place. There's a neat little, it's a dry creek that runs through here. And so far there hasn't been too much, but if you can see through the trees over here, there's a little bridge, and it's really pretty. This place is just gorgeous, and I'm so blessed. So there will be more humorous posts to come, but for now I just wanted to give you guys a little view of the property, and pardon my stutters while I try to get used to doing a live video while I'm walking, but we will get there, and hopefully you guys will stay tuned for more fun.